We're at Hobby Knoll Stables, meeting with Phil and Andrea Anderson. Phil, Andrea, thank you for allowing me to come in and talk to you.
No problem.
And who's this handsome guy that's right here?
We have Kramer here today. We're
Kramer.
getting him brushed up. We're gonna be heading out to do a wedding later on this afternoon. So you caught us at a time when we're getting everybody clean.
How far away is the wedding?
A couple miles down Duxbury.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And what kind of a horse is this?
He is a Clydesdale.
A Clydesdale.
Yeah. He is about, I think he's 17 years old this year.
Really?
He's one of our older horses, but he's one of our pride and trues.
Yep. Did you raise this? Did you raise Kramer from a baby or
No, we bought him as a 5-year-old.
a 5-year-old?
Yep. But we do have a couple young ones here on the farm. We just had one born in February, Harley. Bridget in this stall over here is her mother.
Okay.
And we have another yearling stud up in the other barn. His name is Timmy.
Yep.
And he's going to be joining the group soon, learning how to do all the pulling and everything.
Pulling a carriage?
Yep.
Now, is that the carriage that's on my left shoulder here? We'll look at it in a minute.
Yes, this is the one we use for the weddings. It's pulled by two horses. It holds 4 people, bride and groom.
Yep. And I'm curious, how do you get that to your venue?
So we have a truck and trailer.
Okay.
The wagon goes in the front,
Yep.
and the 2 horses go in the back.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
And right now, my wife Andrea is just finishing up cleaning up here. I'm working on that.
Yeah.
All of our horses wear shoes to protect them from the street.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see down here, but it's a shoe with a rubber pad to keep it from getting hurt, getting bruised on the street, keep him running.
If it was just a steel shoe, the horse is likely to get hurt?
You're gonna get bruising. It's just like you walking barefoot on the road. It's gonna hurt after a while.
Because of the hard top.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right.
Each horse has got about a 10-inch shoe on them, between 9.5 and 10 inches. You need that big of a shoe to support that much weight on a horse, you know?
I've seen those videos on YouTube. One of the things, I'm going to ask you a really stupid question. Horses, before they were domesticated, they'd run around the prairies or wherever they didn't have shoes. Was it decided that horses needed to be shoed?
They got into more of a domesticated life where
Yep.
they weren't moving, between 10 and 50 miles a day and wearing those feet down.
That's how.
Where they were out in a pasture on soft ground, not having to work for their food, and they have a tendency to be a lot healthier when you take care of their feet, where a wild horse wouldn't quite have the lifespan of a domesticated horse that's been taken care of with his feet.
So if they developed issues, they would have been close to
Yep.
the lifespan.
No foot, no horse. And
I guess, yeah.
Once they get to that point, it's
Okay.
pretty hard to keep a horse up.
No vets to come around and.
Yeah, not back then.
Okay. So we got Clydesdales. What else happens at Hobby Knoll?
We do, like this weekend, we do a bunch of hayrides with them. We are doing hayrides off the farm. We offer them here as to a ride to our pumpkin patch. So you come in with your family,
Yep.
and we take you for a ride down through the woods, and we drop you off down the street at the pumpkin patch, and you pick your pumpkin, then we bring you back.
And we are on Taylor Street in Duxbury, so it's right down Taylor Street?
Yep,
It is.
yep. My wife sets most of that up. She can probably tell you a little more about that.
Andrew's the pumpkin queen?
Yep, she's the pumpkin queen.
And all the hay rides.
Yeah.
We do a lot of hay rides. We are doing some fall festivals here, like he said, on the farm. Going forward into November, we're hoping to be able to do a photo shoot, and you get your picture taken with a Clydesdale, maybe for your Christmas card or something like that.
Will they actually get on it, or they stand beside it, in front of it? Stand beside them. That's the safest place?
Yeah, usually. Then hopefully we're going to be able to do some rides down, the holiday rides. Go down to the tree farm, you can pick out your Christmas tree and come back. We'll get on the hayride wagon, bring you down, drop you off, get your tree, and bring you back. We
Okay.
did that last year. That was a very fun event. with our friends down at the tree farm.
That must be why when I get there, when I buy my tree, there's slim pickings. Because
They're great people down there. They've become great friends, and they do a great business down there.
they
So
do. They
sure
do. It's amazing to see how they stage their trees
Mm-hmm.
at various growing times.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we also can come to your neighborhood. We can put the wagon on the truck and bring 2 horses and come right to your neighborhood for a fall or Christmas special.
Again, these are the
And
Clydesdales.
we got 2
Yep.
Clydesdales, and we'll come right, do a block party, and you can rent us by the hour, and we come around and just go in circles, as long as it's, not too hilly, and that the road is slow, like less than 35 or 35 miles an hour.
Okay.
And we would just go around and bring all your friends and family for a ride, as long as you want.
Yep.
We do a
That
lot
must be
of
really
that stuff.
popular with the kids.
The wagon's equipped with headlights and tail lights and stuff like that, so we can actually do it day or night.
Front and rear suspension,
Yeah, yeah,
rack and pinion steering.
yeah, not so much. Definitely 2 horsepower.
Yeah, exactly. 2 big horsepowers.
Yep.
We also do a little bit of showing with the horses too.
Showing, meaning
Competitions, driving competitions with them. Judged on the horses and the wagon and the outfit. We hook anywhere from a single horse all the way up to 8.
a team of 8 horses.
Yeah.
Really?
We do a lot of fairs where we're there on demonstration, like we go to the Marshfield Fair every year,
Yep.
and we have the horses out so the public can see them and see them drive, and we do Bolton Fair and a bunch of stuff like that.
Big E?
We're up at the Big E competing this year. Yeah.
That was just a little short while back, right?
We were one of 19 6-horse hitches up there, so there was quite a few horses up.
Now, for that example, and even for Marshfield, do stables come from out of state, or is it strictly an in-state?
When we go up to eastern states, they come in from all over, as far as Utah and North Dakota and Canada. And
Really?
of course, there was nobody from Canada this year because the borders are closed. But
Right.
once again,
Once again. Yeah. Can't let that COVID come down on a horse. No, we can't.
but that's kind of what we do here. Family farm. It's a 4-generation farm.
And so that's you, your father, and your
my
parents, and her parents,
Yep,
and their parents.
yep. And then my son be the 5th.
Okay, so how did it start? Was it always a Clydesdale farm, or
No,
what?
it was started as a chicken farm.
Chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens to sell,
Chickens
eggs
to sell for meat. Yep.
for meat
Yep.
birds.
Might be my great grandfather that started that.
Really,
Yeah.
that would have to be a lot of chickens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Back
Any
then,
idea
they
how
would
many-
package them up and sell them in Boston, and yep, it was a big business back
Now
then.
let me tell you something. I grew up in South Boston, and going to high school in the early '70s, I just dated myself. I used to drive by on Old Colony Avenue. There would be tractor trailers with birds, crates of chickens. They must have processed them right down there, somewhere on Old Colony Avenue. They certainly weren't raising them.
Yeah,
I wonder if you, back then, if
very well could have been.
wow,
In the 70s, it wasn't a chicken farm. In the 70s here, it was just turning into a Morgan horse farm, is what my mother does. Across the street, there's a barn full of Morgans. I think she's got 20 in there right now that are all other people's that she boards and trains.
she boards and trains them for them.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
So a Morgan's like a light riding horse.
Meaning the horse itself is light, or
Yeah, lighter frame than these big horses.
than this thing? Okay.
Not really meant for work, for more of a saddle horse.
Now I was looking at your website, and there are a couple of young ladies, look like they're in a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Were those horses Morgan horses? Do you know? Are they different type? Like
So on our
like
website, it
I
would
think her
have been
name
a
is
Clydesdale,
Corinna?
but if it was
Oh, okay, Karina.
Karina?
Yes.
What is that horse?
So that would be a Morgan.
That's a Morgan.
Yep.
And there's another woman had glasses on.
Yep. Rocky's owner.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Was that a Morgan?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why do you use Morgans? What is it about Morgans?
It's my mother's choice breed.
Okay.
That's what she grew up doing. That's what her area of expertise, you might say.
Okay. Is it something that's easily trainable? It's just rider friendly?
A lot of time involved in it.
Yeah.
You know, training every day.
Of course.
You know? And then after you get done training the horses, then you have to train the people.
Which comes first?
Yeah, the horses come first.
Horses comes first, and you adjust to the horse, not
Yep.
vice versa.
That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Hmm. And Mr. Ed, what do you think?
I
Absolutely.
think it's about time for him to go out and relax for a minute before he has to go to work.
Hmm. Stretch his legs.
Yep.
I'd imagine that every time you touch the horse, like you had your horse right there on a, was that a shoulder or?
She's gonna come out here.
Oh.
This is Bridget. This is her partner. His partner. She just had a baby in February.
Wow.
So she's just coming off of maternity leave. Back to work.
Back to work. You've had your 6 weeks. Get back out there. Get back out there. Now, aside from brushing the horses, what do you need to do to get them ready to go out on the road?
So they get a bath. We wash all their feathers, their manes, just make sure everything's nice and clean.
Yeah.
Wash their coats down. They get dried, then they get brushed.
Nice and shiny.
Nice and shiny. If we're doing weddings, we like to braid the horses' manes in the bride's colors, and then I'll do their tails up in a bow, and match the bride's colors and for the wedding party. We can do it natural, we can do it white, or we'll again pick any color that the bride has chosen to do the flowers and their manes and their tails.
All right, and we're going to put all this stuff, I'm going to put all this stuff on the video, and people can contact you to have you do whatever it is they want to do.
Yep.
Okay?
The best way is to visit our website.
And what is your website name?
It's HKS Clydesdales.
HKS Clydesdales.
Yep, and you can Google it. You can find us on Facebook, and definitely reach out by email.
Okay, good.